Hello, we represent the dedicated parents behind Their Future Is Now. We're reaching out to you today because our district is in crisis and our children are at stake. You may have heard the state of California is cutting $2.5 billion out of funding for public education. You may think that we live in a nice community. We pay a lot in property taxes. Our kids attend high-achieving schools. Perhaps all of that means we're immune from the state's budget cuts. Unfortunately, that is not the case.
In the Cupertino Union School District, we are facing a budget shortfall of $7.3 million for the academic year 2010 to 2011 and ongoing. What does $7.3 million mean? $7.3 million is a budget deficit too great to be bridged by administrative cuts, too great to be bridged by cuts to supplemental programs. For the first time in 25 years, our district will be making cuts into core instruction inside our classrooms, directly impacting our students. You may recall the letter from the superintendent in January stating that $3 million would be cut from classroom instruction, bringing primary grades to 30 students per class. At that time, you may have thought that if you did not have a child entering first, second, or third grade, you would not be impacted. That assumption is wrong. The reality is, in order to increase class size in primary grades, the district will eliminate teachers across all grades. You see, teacher layoffs are done on a seniority basis. That means they stack all of our teachers, kindergarten through 8th grade, on a long list, prioritized only by date of hire into CUSD. Then they take that list, they start from the bottom, they go up 115, and they literally tear off the sheet. On that sheet are our dedicated teachers in grades kindergarten through 8th grade. In fact, 50% of those teachers are in grades 1, 2, and 3, and 50% are in the other grades. Just to put things into perspective, losing 115 kindergarten through 8th grade teachers in our district is the equivalent of losing 4 of our 20 elementary schools. You see, this is a very far-reaching cut. And when these cuts are made, the remaining teachers are then reassigned to new grades and even new schools.
What will happen inside classrooms across all grades as a result? We will be taking our dedicated teachers from their most familiar environments, away from the curriculum they're most familiar with teaching, the instruction plans they already have in place, the curriculum development teams they're a part of in our school community, away from the excellent education they deliver to our kids today. And we will be doing this system-wide. You now have the potential of a first grade teacher teaching 4th grade, a 4th grade teacher in kindergarten, a 2nd grade teacher moved up to middle school. This means coming up to speed on new curriculum, developing new teaching plans, new ways to engage with and manage the kids at the new grade level. The adjustments required will come at the expense of our children's education. Think about this experience for your 5th grader. When he has just that 1 year to be in 5th grade, that one chance he has to get the most he can out of it. What do you want him to experience? Of course, our teachers will do the best they can in those circumstances. But we know in this scenario, the education our kids receive, the environment in our schools will not be the same. Is this something we as parents would readily choose for our kids? If we stand on the sidelines and allow these cuts to go through, that's exactly the choice we make. Our kids in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade still ahead of them, we will increase their class size by 50% from 20 students to 30. Why is this important? Teachers will tell you they teach very differently with 30 kids versus 20. Instead of being able to spend time with individual students on a daily basis and focusing on the individual needs that each student needs to be successful, they teach to the group. Instead of active teaching, much of their time is diverted to classroom management. In fact, research has shown that the difference between having 30 students in a class versus 20 in this early age and over 3 years is equivalent of losing up to 14 months of schooling. As a parent, who among us would choose to give up 14 months of reading, writing, math, and science instruction for our kids, especially at the beginning of their academic careers where the foundation of success is being laid? We would never actively make that choice, but when we stand on the sidelines, that's exactly the choice we make.
It has taken 25 years for our schools to build the excellent education that our kids receive today. It has taken 25 years for the reputation of our school district to build up to what it is today. And over these 25 years, that reputation has positively benefited our housing values. All of this is at stake now. We've all made many sacrifices for our children to be part of the Cupertino Union School District. As a community, we share the value of excellence in education, and now we must stand up to fight for it.
Their Future is Now is a campaign and a partnership between the parent community, Cupertino Educational Endowment Foundation, and the school district. We step in where state funding leaves off to keep our schools strong and to preserve the educational excellence that we've come to expect for our children. Through this campaign, all 20,000 parents of the district can now advocate for their children and protect our schools.
We can change the game. This is our opportunity to be part of the solution. So it's time to be part of the solution for our kids. It's time to get off the sidelines. You count on me and I'll count on you, because our children, they're counting on all of us.
Please go to seedcares.org to make your tax-deductible donation today. Then forward this video link to 3 friends. Together, we can save our excellent schools.